You are about to give birth. There is no hospital. There is no doctor. There is only your mother, your sisters, and the sound of your own breathing. For most of human history, this wasn't a nightmare scenario. This was simply Tuesday. For roughly 300,000 years, childbirth happened on the ground, in a hut, under a tree, surrounded by women who had done this before. No machines, no anesthesia, no guarantee you would survive the night. So how did the human species make it through this, generation after generation, without losing half its mothers? The answer starts with your body itself. Humans have unusually narrow hip canals compared to other primates, because walking upright on two legs reshaped the pelvis. At the same time, human babies are born with unusually large brains. This is called the obstetrical dilemma, and it means human birth has always been harder and more dangerous than birth for almost any other mammal on Earth. Anthropologist Wenda Trevathan studied this problem closely and proposed something that changed how we think about ancient birth. She argued that because human babies are born facing away from the mother, with a head too large to easily guide out, women likely could not safely deliver completely alone. They needed help. Trevathan called this idea the evolved midwifery hypothesis. Think about that for a second. Midwifery may not be a modern medical invention. It may be older than language itself. So who helped? Across foraging societies studied in the 20th century, the pattern repeats almost everywhere. Among the Hadza of Tanzania, researchers documented birth attended by older female relatives, never alone, never in isolation. Among the Aka and F peoples of Central Africa, anthropologist Melvin Connor recorded similar patterns. The mother's own mother, an aunt, an older sister, women who had given birth before, transmitting hard-won knowledge through experience rather than books. There was no germ theory, no concept of infection as we understand it. But there was something almost as powerful, pattern recognition built from watching dozens of births across a lifetime. Now picture it. The woman feels the first contractions in the early afternoon. She tells the women working nearby, not in panic, but in the matter-of-fact tone of someone announcing the weather has changed. The group moves to a familiar spot, somewhere private but not isolated, often near water, often within earshot of the camp. An older woman, perhaps her own mother, settles in beside her. There is no bed. Squatting, kneeling, or crouching positions are common across foraging cultures, allowing gravity to help rather than fight the body. Researchers studying birth positions cross-culturally have found that lying flat on the back, the position most Western hospitals still default to, is actually one of the least common positions throughout human history. It narrows the pelvic outlet and works against gravity, not with it. Hours pass. The attendants speak quietly, offer water, press against the lower back during contractions, and watch. They have seen this slow down and speed up before. They know which signs mean wait and which mean worry. And worry was justified. This is the counterintuitive twist that most people miss when they romanticize the past. Ancient childbirth was genuinely lethal, and not in some abstract way. Skeletal evidence and demographic modeling from anthropologists studying pre-industrial and forager populations suggest maternal mortality rates were staggeringly high by modern standards, likely in the range of 1 to 2% per birth, compounding across a woman's reproductive years into a serious lifetime risk. Infant and child mortality was worse still. Anthropologist Sarah Blaffer, HRDY, has written extensively about how, in many traditional societies, a newborn was not always immediately treated as a full member of the social group until it survived the first vulnerable